So today we have a special session. It's basically it's not the briefing, but more to share with you not the new regulation, but it's an extension of the regulation that we had that before. So just to refresh that, maybe you are the new student, or maybe you should know that what the new things. My name is Bahtiar Mohamad, the Deputy Dean for Research, Innovation and Corporate Relation for OYAGSB. So this is one of the awareness program under the OYAGSB to make sure that all of students, PhD students, understand that the process and procedure before the Viva. So I open to any question later on. So don't worry, our secretariat will share with you if you registered to our program. So we will send you all the material after the session, all the slides we will send to you to your email based on your registered email in the Google form. I hope that you just follow this session, then the detail will be sent to your email. Okay, the first one is about the I will divide my briefing into three categories, three sections. The first one is the regulation, what is do and don'ts for the Scopus and WOS publication. The second part I will discuss on the predatory, discontinued, and also the hijacked journal. You need to be careful on that section, the section 2. And the section 3, I will share with you what is the practical things to manage your publication from the early stage. So that's a 3 section that I will share with you during this briefing. The first one is about the why I put this title, because this is very important to understand that without Scopus or Web of Science publication, Web of Science just a core collection. I will discuss about that, what is a core collection and what is a not core collection under the WOS. But the Scopus is any Scopus from the Q1 to Q4. So what the PhD student must know is the regulation and also the procedure to get published. So why this is become a very serious issue? Since 2025, from January to 2025 until February 2026, it's almost 1 year. Last year, we discovered that 22 student articles are published in delisted, discontinued, and inactive Scopus. So this is quite serious. This is just for OYA data, not from other graduate school. It's not from Awang Hat Saleh or other school. Just OYA for the last 1 year, we have this issue. So when we want to submit for the for Senate endorsement, the paper that used for the Viva during the Viva, that time is still indexed by Scopus. But when we want to submit for the Senate for the endorsement for your graduation, so we discovered that 22 articles is not indexed by Scopus, and all these 22 is a problematic article. Okay, that is a very serious issue. So inactive journal sever the path of your Viva. So then the 2026 Senate amendment, the design to protect your degree. So it means that we don't want you to, okay, you submit any acceptance letter of publication on the early stage, and when it comes to the graduation stage, that paper is no longer Scopus index journal, even not indexed by Scopus. So I will tell you what is the issue. I hope that everyone knows the issue. So research submission, then the obstacle, the last obstacle for you to go for the Viva is the publication. Okay, the golden rule for the 2026 Senate Amendment. So now we extend that. Previously, we just accept any Scopus journal from Q1 to Q4. But since 2026, we also accept any Web of Science, but only core collection. So the Web of Science also, they have another collection like ESCI, Emerging Citation Index. Yeah, Emerging Citation Index, ESCI, is not covered under the core collection. It's not accepted. Or maybe you submit to the conference paper, then publish in the proceeding, then also indexed by WS under CPCI, Conference Paper Citation Index. is indexed by, if you look into the WS website, it's stated your paper, but it's not counted for your Viva. So SKI, CPCI is not counted for your Viva. Only the core collection. What is core collection? Social science core collection, citation index, SCI, humanities citation index, HCSI. I think they have 4 or 5 only. 4, I think. So just a core collection. Scopus is very clear. As long as Q1 to Q4, then we accept for the Viva. So the regulation is not changed. You need to produce at least one article in active Scopus index journal or WS core collection. The article must be direct output from your active PhD, meaning that your title of your article should reflect of your PhD works. It's not necessary to be same, but it's reflected to that. In terms of their focus, or maybe the core variable also in your paper. Then active thesis research. So this is rule number 1. Okay, 2 valid paths to the Viva voucher. We have 2. One is a golden route. One is option A, the published route. This one is a very straightforward. You submit for the journal, get published, then indexed by Scopus, then we check, then you can straight away to ITS, intend to submit for Viva. But the problematic route is option B. Student always, majority of students, they will choose the option B because they publish last minute. Once they collect the data, then they publish very last minute. Then they want to submit for Viva. Most of students they opt for the option B, the acceptance route. That means you can use your acceptance letter, from publication from the journal to submit for the ITS. Intend to submit for Viva. So both parts require strict adherence of timing, authorship, and affiliation rule. So for the option B is one of the very critical issue in this process. Before that, so you have 2 options: publish paper, indexed by Scopus. Straight away you can submit for intention to submit for Viva. Option B, acceptance letter is not yet indexed or even not yet published by the journal. So our team, the unit Viva, need to go through all this process, check the website, to check with the Scopus index list, so many things. They take time for the option B. Okay, the option A, publish include online first or in press with the valid DOI number. So once you publish in journal, you will, basically for the big publisher like Elsevier, maybe Routledge, they will publish your paper. They call that online first. They just publish, but no issue number, no volume number. They call that in press. We accept that. In press also we accept. But they have a volume number, a DOI number. Your number is already put that on your paper, but only the volume number and issue number maybe they will give to your paper maybe after 6 months or 4 months. That is okay as long as your paper have your DOI number. This is the option A. Option B, then once you get published, then your supervisor need to upload to the system, to the SIP system. I think your supervisor know that how to upload the information, then put you as the authorship for that article. Then library will approve, verified by library. When they look into everything is okay in the database, it's already indexed by Scopus, then you can submit for the ITS. I think that is a very straightforward. The option B, you receive the acceptance letter from the publisher. Then this is quite critical because there's something issue of you got the acceptance letter from the clone journal, you got the acceptance letter from the third party, that they are maybe the organizer of the conference then give you the absence letter for on behalf for other journal. So they have many issues for the option B. So we not accept that. I will tell you why we not accept the third party letter or the letter that maybe we suspected that is a clone journal. So there are many red flag on the option B. So we need to be careful. Our unit will go through one by one to make sure that all the article is verified. Once we certified with all the information, then we check with the website. We think that okay. And also we check all the current Scopus list and also WOS list, and everything okay, then we will endorse in the system, because this is not through the system. So after we endorse all the in the system, then you can submit for the ITS intention to submit. Okay, the option A, this is a digital paper trail. Online first, just in press, or online first without issue number and volume number, but with the DOI. Then you must have the registered valid DOI number. Then verification rule, the publication must be independently verifiable through the Scopus database and official journal record by the UUM library. So once your supervisor upload all the information in the SIP system in his or her portal, then library will verify. Once they're verified, then at unit Viva for OYA, we have no problem. We will proceed with the Viva process. I think this is very straightforward. So the option B, if your paper is accepted but not yet published, you must submit a hard copy publication declaration form to the graduate school before the initiating online ITS. Okay, that we need information from you. So because that information is not available online, so that is basically from you, because you receive the offer letter or acceptance letter from the journal through your email. So we need to know that the email. So what we want from you to provide for us, in order for us to verify all this document, the complete correspondent email trail with the journal editor. Why we need that? Because every correspondent email that you send to the editor from your submission, review process, revised paper, everything, we need you to screenshot from your email, because this is our responsibility to make sure that you are not trapped into the clone or the predatory journal. Because when we ask for the correspondent email, some of the students, they cannot provide to us because they submit and after 2 days they got a acceptance letter. They not go through the review process. So that is a red flag for that journal. Okay, so because they cannot provide us the correspondence email from the journal, because that's what for the normal journal, you submit either that through system or by email. After that, they will send you the notification to receive the article. Then they will give you the notice or update for every single stages. Okay, then they say that okay, your article is now sent out for review process. After 1 month maybe, or 2-3 weeks, your reviewer will send to the editor. Editor will send back to you, this is a comment from the review. You need to for the current stage, your article is a major correction. So everything must be genuine. It's not just you submit, after 2 weeks you got acceptance letter. So it's not the original, or it's not the normal way of publication process. They are not go through the review process. As long as you pay $2,000, $4,000, then you get published. You happy, then after that, discontinued. You happy at the first, then you sad at the end. This is, I tell you the truth, the story. So just you don't get trapped of this. And the active status imperative, the journal status can change rapidly. So it's not our we can give you the awareness, all the information, the current. I keep sharing the new list of discontinued journal, whatever, but you as a student and you as a supervisor also need to be aware, active to check the status. Okay, for option 1, must be active at the date of endorsement of the online ITS college at the college postgraduate committee GIL. So your paper is already published by journal, then you submit for ITS. When we receive your journal and your ITS, we check in the system, then it's currently indexed by Scopus. Then we have no problem, we proceed for the next stage. Okay, that's very clear. But let's say you publish the paper maybe 3 months before. During your publication, your article is still indexed by Scopus. But when you submitted your ITS, we check your article is not in the Scopus list. Maybe it's already removed by Scopus because of the issue of the nowadays, you know, even though your article is already indexed by Scopus, but when the article or the journal is discontinued by Scopus, the Scopus will remove all the issue before. So maybe during your publication, you consider that your paper is there, but when you submit it to us, when we check during the ITS, when we receive the ITS, your paper is no longer in the scope, so we cannot process. Okay, we cannot process. So for the option B, acceptance must be active on the exact date you submit the hard copy publication declaration form to the graduate school. So that's mean because you provide to us all the information, the trail, you know, the email trail and whatever, and also the three item that we will ask you to submit. So during that, when we receive that, we check everything is okay, then we will proceed for the next process. When we approve all the document, then you can submit for ITS. Okay, a status change between your submission to the journal at UUM endorsement, that can delay you for the process. So make sure that this is either that you choose the option A or option B, but be careful on the when you submit for ITS, make sure that your article still in the Scopus list for the option A, and the journal still indexed by Scopus for the option B. Okay. Okay, the anatomy of authorship. This one we go for the authorship. So we receive also the variety of authorship sequence by student, but we already stated clearly on the handbook who will be appear, who should be appeared in your article. The first author should be your name. Okay, then and your name with the UUM affiliation. Not your name, but you put your university in Nigeria or Pakistan affiliation. We don't accept that. If you want to put your second affiliation, we allow you to do that, but UUM must be first. That some article, they allow you to put 2 or 3 affiliation, but you need to put University Utara Malaysia, then dash slash University of Sargodha, Pakistan. It's okay, accepted. But as long as UUM at the first affiliation. Okay, that's rule number 1. Rule number 2 is your supervisor name. What? Stop. Auto stop. Sorry for the problem. Okay, I think I need to share again. You can see that. Okay, rule number 2, your supervisor name. So if you have more than one supervisor, the first sequence after your name, then your first supervisor name. Don't put your second supervisor after your name. Must be follow the sequence. So your name, then your first supervisor name, then your second supervisor name, if you have second. If you have third, you put the third after that. Don't put the third after your name be second, we will not allow that. You must follow the sequence. And the industry name, okay, this is new, I think this is new, that we allow you to add on the industry partner or a collaborator. Maybe your research is doing with Petronas. So one of the officer in Petronas also involved in your process of data collection, whatever. So in order for you to appreciate his or her contribution, then you want to put his or her name in your paper. That we allow that. But additional co-author are permitted only with your supervisor written consent, and their name must be appear after the supervisor in the authorship order. So maybe that after your supervisor name. Okay. Is it okay to put my friends in my previous university or my current university? You want to put your vice chancellor or your dean in your university, in your country? Is it allowed? No, it's not allowed. But some students, they want to please their dean in their university. They want to put the name. We are not allowed. We are not allowed other people from other university to hijack our article. This is UUM article. Partner, industry partner is okay. Okay, the anatomy of affiliation. This is another issue. There are so many issues. I just share with you. So the name of the affiliation should be spelled out clearly. University should be with TI, not TY. Okay, University Utara Malaysia. University Utara Malaysia. Don't University TI Utara Malaysia or Northern University Malaysia. We are not allowed that. The Scopus cannot capture that name in their system. So when we check in the Scopus, your paper is not in that list. So we cannot verify. So please use, because we registered UUM name is a University Utara Malaysia. The department or maybe your faculty is optional, because that depend on the house style of the article. Some of the article they allow you to put all the department, faculty and university. But other article, other journal style, they don't want you to put at department level. They just allow you from the faculty level and university, just two. Or maybe I also published in one article, they say that no, we just want you put the name of university, no department, no faculty. It depends up to the style, house style of the publication. But the University Utara Malaysia must be there. Okay, secondary institution or workplace is applicable. If you want to put that, your secondary, because you are also a lecturer from other university in Malaysia or in other country, or because that your study also funded by them, you want to pay back to them by at least you have something to show to them. It's okay. We allow you to do that, but should be a second after UUM. Then alignment to the candidacy and thesis, active candidacy timeline. So any article you publish in Journal Scopus should be within your study period. Okay, the two non-negotiable foundation for your article. First, the article must be accepted or published during the active candidacy period. So candidacy period means that we calculate that from the day of your registration process. Okay. Then the substance, the article content must be directly based on your specific PhD thesis, research topic, not side project or previous master project. We will not allow you to, maybe you continue your research, previous research to your PhD, then output from the previous research you publish, then you mention that, oh, this is output from my current PhD research. We will not allow that. They have a two rule of thumb for the publication. The active candidacy timeline, you should be within the study period. And the second one, the topic should come from your current research for your PhD. I think that is very clear. Okay, the change of verification. Once you publish, a student record publication detail. This one for the route A. Student action record publication detail. Supervisor log in, click input into the progress report select notifying to submit thesis. Oh yeah, we start to do all online now. Everything should be online. So any verification, endorsement will be go through the online. So you cannot submit your online ITS until the exact sequence is completed. So means that everything is verified because let's say you choose for the option B, you submit everything, then the unit Viva is already verified everything, then we will click OK, approve. Once we approve in the system, then you can go for the next stage. That is a process. But for the option A, you ask your supervisor to upload in the SIP system in their portal. Then we'll go through to the library. Once library endorse, then you can submit straight away to the ITS. So option A verified by library, option B verified by unit Viva of OYAGSB. These are two different routes. Okay, implementation timeline. Thesis amended Senate rule are strictly enforced starting with the submission of online intent to submit for the Viva brochure form for the academic semester 261. So means that from the September semester. So everything should be online. For OYA, I don't know from other, if anybody from other school, I'm not sure. But OYA will start to submit online. So the next semester will be online. Okay. Okay, the pre-ITS master checklist. So before you want to submit for Viva, so make sure that the I prepare for you the checklist. As long as you fulfill all the 5 checklists, then you submit. Okay. Is my Scopus WS journal currently active today? You check by yourself. You can do your self-checking from the system, from the Scopus, or your supervisor can check for you. I hope that your supervisor know that how to check. Am I the first author with my supervisor immediately following? If they not follow this number 2, meaning that the paper is already published, then your supervisor in the last and your friends in the second, for example, is not fulfill the second checklist. So what you need to do? Publish another paper. Yeah, you not follow the line. Okay, number 3 is University Utara Malaysia listed in my first affiliation. University Utara Malaysia with the correct spelling. Do I have my evidence? Do I link or acceptance letter, camera ready, or emails? Email means that the correspondence email from the journal. This one for the option B. Has my supervisor click notifying to submit thesis in their portal? So once everything is okay, make sure that you ask your supervisor to click the notifying to submit thesis. If they're not clicked, then we cannot receive any information from the system. Okay. So this is 5. Okay, this one is a additional information, ethical approval workflow. Okay, so ethic application is compulsory now for those who collect the data that involve the human. Human means that either that survey, human survey, you distribute the survey to the people, or maybe your data is qualitative data that you will conduct the focus group or in-depth interview. Any research that involve human people, you need to submit the ethic approval to us. Okay. So when you what we need for the ethical submission? So we already stated in the form. You need to fill up the form, and we will ask you a document. For the survey, we ask you to provide us the survey form, the complete survey form. For the interview, if you want to collect interview data, we ask you to provide us the interview guide or interview protocol. So that will be go through the committee, ethic committee to verify. One ethic committee verified all the process, then the Viva unit will issue the ethical clearance for your project. Then you can start to collect the data. Okay, that is a process. So previously, we don't have this process. So when you submit your article to the journal, some of the journal, they want you to put the approval, ethic approval from your university or any committee. So we should issue every time you submit the journal that the editor asks you to provide the ethical clearance. So our unit need to provide issue. So this is not the way to solve that issue. So now onwards, any request from the editor general about the clearance, ethical clearance, you just submit the ethical letter, the letter from our unit that sent to you, to the journal. You want to know the numbers and also the date of the issue of the ethical clearance. So it's no need for you to have every time you want to submit the journal, you want us to prepare for you the letter. It's not the way. So because the journal want you to prove that your data collection follow the ethical standard or ethical committee procedure. So from here, we don't entertain any request to get a letter from us because of the editor of journal asked for that letter. We don't issue any letter after this. The letter that you want, you should share with them is the ethical clearance from before your data collection. Okay, is it clear? Okay, before we move to the second section, so any question for the new, not the new regulation, we just extend a few things to enhance the current. So anything? Yeah.
My question is that this ethical clearance letter, like, do we have to get this even before pilot testing, like if we're collecting like a small sample size pilot testing?
For the main survey, if you want to collect the survey, we will.
For the survey, like that would be like the larger number. Starting like for your proposal stage and for like pilot testing.
Oh, you want to start with the pilot test.
Yeah.
You want to get the clearance.
Yeah.
But the after your pilot, your data, your questionnaire will be changed. You will change that according to the alpha, alpha value, whatever. So then you need, we need to issue 2 times, because we want to see the final one, the final questionnaire. Yeah, only one, the final questionnaire that you want to submit for your main data. Okay. Yeah.
What happen if I have done my data collection but I don't have this clearance letter?
You not follow the procedure.
Because I did submit for application for data collection, and then I get one simple letter from OYA.
That one is a letter to you. That is like introduction letter,
Because I did ask my supervisor and I did ask OYA whether I need the ethical clearance.
This one before that, before the introduction letter, that you ask us to get the letter to show that you are the UUM student doing PhD. Now you want to collect data. That one is after that, after the ethical clearance. That one is more to the we call that introduction letter, that you are currently is a UUM student, then you want to collect data. That letter that you mentioned.
What happened? I have finished every single phase.
It's okay because we just started this one. I think this year. I think this year. No, I think that we just started this year. So if you collect the data in 2025, you can proceed.
I collect the data this semester.
This semester you should get the approval form from us. Ethic.
I checked, but they told me we don't have ethical clearance in UUM, so that's why I just proceed with the data collection.
It's okay. It's okay. You can proceed. No problem. So when you want, but the issue is when you want to publish a paper, then the article, the editor asks you for the ethical clearance. You don't have that number and also the letter. So yeah, you can ask letter for that.
For that one. Okay, thank you.
But we still need your questionnaire if you collect the data. Okay, because we just implemented that maybe a few months ago. So maybe for those who maybe anything online, yeah. Anybody want to ask online?
Ada data sini. Data sini.
Okay.
Saya nak tanya Dr. In terms of authorship, so do we need to put our name as corresponding author?
It depend between you and your supervisor. So you can negotiate that, but your name must be first. So I don't know the deal, because if you publish in Q1 Scopus journal, your supervisor can claim for incentive. Maybe they can share a bit on the I don't know. I don't say that it's a compulsory for them to share, because any publication in Scopus, your supervisor, if your supervisor is a first author or your supervisor is corresponding author, they are eligible to claim for the incentive. Let's say in your case, your supervisor cannot be the first author. You the first author. So in order for him to claim for the incentive from UUM, maybe you can negotiate with him. Okay, anything that you get from incentive, give back to me, because I pay a lot of money for the publication fee. But this is between you and your supervisor. But myself, I did that. I did that with my student. Okay, you put my corresponding author. If you don't want to put my me as a corresponding author, it's okay. But any cost that you want to pay for your publication, you pay by yourself. At least we can share a bit on that. So that I don't say that is a must or compulsory. It's between you and your supervisor. Yeah.
We get some letter from UUM that I am a PhD student here in UUM, and I prepare questionnaire and make validation process already done. Then going to collect the data. So now the step for go for this clearance letter. Is it possible now or how?
So if you already done your data collection, just proceed the next process. No need for you to submit to us again. Yeah, before the data collection. Yeah, the clearance will be. We will send to you, because this we just discussed with the 3 different schools, because we need to coordinate with the Awang Asaleh and also Ghazali Shafi'i Credit School of Governments. So I think that we already discussed this, then we already apply from this, I think that mid of this semester. So maybe you collect data before that. That's why you are not aware of this new regulation.
This semester I'm collecting.
You collect data this semester. So you're from OYA?
Yeah.
From OYA. Okay. If you already collect the data, then proceed for the next stage. This one just for those who not yet data, collect the data. Yeah?
I want to ask, for the single ethical clearance letter, if I had already clearance for them for collecting data after PD, do I need to request one more for journal? If I
No, you use the same data. Yeah, that's why I told just now, the same letter apply to all. Once you already settle the ethical clearance, because the journal article, the journal editor, they want to prove that your process is follow the ethical standard. That's all. Okay.
But if I submit to the Scopus index and then it was rejected, do I need to submit again for my journal? It need to be the same journal, or it need to be another journal? Need to rewrite again?
Oh, okay. This one I will discuss later. This is the third section. I will discuss on the strategy to publish. Okay, I will answer that question in the third section. This one, the first section. Anything? So there's no.
For publication just now, I noticed that we need to use OYAGSB if I'm under TISA. So
No. It's not necessary. Only University Utara Malaysia.
Oh, okay. So faculty I can use.
You can use your own faculty, either TISA or STML. It's up to you. But because when we want to capture the data, the Scopus data, they will capture the university.
Thank you.
Okay? Yeah.
Please help me check. This letter is your set ethical proof letter. This one.
What letter? It's signed by somebody.
Yeah.
Letter
Collection.
of recommendation for the. This one is data introduction letter to recommend you.
Introduction letter.
It's not the clearance, ethic clearance letter. Because you want to collect data, then you want us, OYA, to provide you a letter to show that you are the current student. That's a letter. That's a common letter that you ask Sarah. Sarah will give you this letter, just to tell to the people that you are doing PhD in UUM. You are currently collect the data. That's all. It's like introduction letter. Yeah.
So after she got the letter, and then she do the data collecting thing, and then does she need to go to OYA to get the ethical?
The ethical should become first before that letter.
Oh.
After you clear your clearance ethical committee, everything the ethical committee know that your article or your questionnaire or maybe your protocol interview is not harm the people, because they have a few things that we need to verify. Let's say if you want to collect data from the vulnerable group. What is a vulnerable group? It's a minority group like Rohingya, whatever, they are very marginalized group. So that's very sensitive. So we need to know that how you deal with that data. Or maybe your informant is children, below 12. Also we need but if your data collection among the ordinary people, is not harm to them. So when you send to us, when we check all the interview protocol and questionnaire, it's like a normal or basic things. So basically, we will just straight away issue the letter of ethical clearance. But if you respondent or informant involve that vulnerable group, or maybe you want to collect data, it's not in Malaysia, maybe in Iraq or Iran, which is that will affect your security, safety and whatever, then we will check more thorough. You okay? So we will share with you the form, the form. If you already collect the data, if you think that it's not important for you to have that for now, you can proceed with your data collection for your next process. After, if you have already collect data, if you still not collect your data, please submit your application for the ethical clearance. Okay. So your research matter, okay. This is second section. I move to the second section. The second section is is talk about the predatory, clone and discontinued journal. So this also is a main issue that we face every day from the student. So student, they just submit a paper, then when we check that paper is not belong to the original website, it's a clone or hijacked website. So then there's so many issues. Then I will try to tell you what is a predatory. Okay, because the publication is not the we call that the shortcut. The process of empirical paper, you should follow the academic process. So publishing is the milestone, but the landscape is heavily mined. If you not be careful, maybe you trap, or maybe you get trapped with all this the issue. So as an ambitious researcher, your intellectual property is highly valuable. The pressure to publish has burst as a sophisticated multi-million-dollar scam industry. So the scam is everywhere, including the paper, the journal. So make sure that you are not should aware that on the scam, the paper scam or the predatory journal. These actors do not just produce a low quality journal, they actively impersonate prestigious institutions to steal your work and your funding. They will use the word of, okay, the journal name and the publisher is the Oxford publication something, but it's not belong to Oxford University. They will use all that word, that to make more credible. Cambridge, they use all that. Then when you see that, oh, Cambridge, Oxford, Harvard, then you think that is a legit and a good journal. So make sure that don't straight away believe on that. So graduation require a legitimate publication. Submission to the compromise journal jeopardize both your research integrity and your academic timeline. Okay, this is the current Scopus discontinued journal in June 2026. They have another added to the list, 25. So why I put in the red, this is the most article that we receive from the OYA student published in these two journal, Scientific Culture and MSW Management. Is popular. Then I think that we already approved for the ITS, maybe 1 or 2 for then out of sudden this journal is already discontinued. So we have another issue later on when we want to endorse for the graduation. So it's these two. There's 25. Scientific culture. Because we when we receive so many articles from the same journal, then is something suspicious from our unit. So why this journal all of a sudden they spike in terms of their numbers of publication? Is something wrong there? So when we investigate that, you submit, by 2 weeks you will get your acceptance letter. Okay, this is a red flag. Okay, so the journal taxonomy metric, the legitimate journal authentic academic discourse. So if you refer to the good journal, a good publisher from Routledge, Taylor St. Francis, Sage, Elsevier, you can see the pattern. They are very authentic academic discourse and very deep discussion. Review process, rigorous, time-consuming peer review. They will take, maybe for the good journal, will take you 1 year and 1.5 years. I think the fastest I publish with Emerald within 4 months. That one is very, I think that is something different, because I can publish with Emerald within 4 months. We submit, and after 4 months, when I submit first, I just receive a minor correction. Then second, after 1 month, we submit the revised version, then everything okay, then publish. But it's not always happen in your life. Maybe once in your life. 4 months. Emerald, I can publish 4 months. Within 4 months, I can publish a paper. But most of the time, you will get the major correction, reject, and resubmit in another journal. That is a common life of the publication. Cost structure, transparent, fee clearly stated upfront. If you publish in the good journal, they give you 2 options. Either that open access or gold open access or subscription. If you don't have money, always opt for the subscription publication. Then you can publish for free. Don't ask for say that, oh, I cannot publish because of I don't have money. They have so many, 1,000 of journal is a free journal. Why you want to publish in the paid journal? I don't know, because there are so many free journal. The good journal, they give you 2 options. Either you publish in the open access or in the subscription. Subscription is a free journal. And very transparent. If they say that if you want to publish in the open access, you need to pay a certain amount. If you don't have money, you just opt for the subscription publication. Web identity, unique official publisher domain. So everything, you can see that the domain. Be careful if the domain is .net or .something, .org. .net and .org to something, you need to be careful. If that journal URL address .net and .org. Okay, for the predatory journal, there's difference between predatory journal and hijack and clone journal. Predatory journal, they are valid, they are legit, but they are profit maximization through volume. Sometimes one volume, they publish some up to 50 articles because they want to get money as soon as possible. So review process non-existent or fake, guarantee rapid acceptance. Sometimes the patent of predatory, they will go through the process, but they hire somebody that always give you a good positive feedback. Predatory, sometimes they follow the rule. It means that they have a process. Cost structure, hidden APC, article processing charges demanded open the acceptance. They will ask you or they force you to pay before they publish your paper. If you not pay, they won't publish. Even they not process for the proof formatting or whatever, they ask you to pay first. So web identity, low quality website, broad unspecialized scope. So when you look into that, so you can see compared to the established journal. Okay, this one predatory. Predatory is up to you. If you are lucky, you get published, indexed by Scopus, then you Viva, then maybe after 1 year your Viva, then this journal is already discontinued. You are lucky because because that happened after you settle everything. If you are unlucky, you know, during your publication is a Scopus, but when you submit for ITS, is what happened to MSW management and scientific culture is discontinued. So what happened to you? We cannot process for your ITS. Yeah. So this one we have two cases. Since I take over as a TD PI, I have two cases on the hijack and clone journal that we I don't know. It's very sad to say that because this student pay almost $2,000. Then when we check that he sent to the hijack journal. They have original journal, but this guy submit to the another URL address to the clone website. So what to do? Because we cannot do anything, because when we check to the Scopus index, this journal, this article is published in that website, but it's not belong to the original website. So it's not indexed by Scopus. So pure scam and identity theft. They will create the same website as original. If you not be careful, you will click to the clone journal website. Then you go through the process, submission, you know, everything, pay everything. And all of a sudden, we check into the Scopus index, this article is not appear. When we go through more detail, oh, this is a second, the hijack journal. So, cost structure, fraudulent, fee stolen directly from author. So you pay 2,000, you think that is a Scopus index, but at the end, this is not Scopus journal. So web identity, stolen name, stolen ISSN, fake URL, even they put the Scopus logo, everything on their website. Okay. Be careful on that. Okay, this one is another SIBO report. It's one of the case. SIBO report is a legit and also Scopus index. But they have another website that clone the original journal to the fake domain. Okay, so the scammer steal the name, ISSN, identity of the inactive, Scopus index journal, the original journal name remain, everything is the same. So non-active clone right now, one of them is a SIBO report, Russian law journal. They have their original journal, is a original, but also is for scammer, they create another website. So you will get trapped on that. So scammer use domain ending with, in .org or .net or .com with the slight misspelling or the original journal name. Sometimes they put slash, sometimes they put hyphen, you know, just to a small different from the original domain. So you sure, you know, as a PhD student, it's not just to write your article, your research, but also you need to aware of what happening in your environment and what happening to the publication environment. Okay, developing the internal anomaly radar. So this is what I share with you, how to know, how to identify the problematic journal. Relying solely on the static database list is not enough. The academic landscape change daily. So, okay, let's say you refer to the list of Scopus. SIBO report is already Scopus index. It's clear. Okay, you done that. But when you check in the website bring the internet bring you to the fake SIBO report. You know, it's not only that. You know, even though the SIBO report appear in the Scopus list, but sometimes you also will problem with the fake or clone journal. Scopus utilized an algorithmic radar to monitor journal for sudden unnatural changes in behavior, flagging them for the delisting. So, you know, I told to my staff that scientific culture is something wrong, because when we receive so many articles from students for the ITS, when we check the original, in 2025 they just published 3 or 4 issues. 2025 they go straight to the 9 issue a year, and 2026 now up to 11 issue. So they, you know, from the 4 issue a year, they straight away triple. So we notice there is something wrong there. So once this happen, this will trigger the Scopus. Scopus will monitor that we call these unnatural changes in behavior. So then we know that this scientific culture will be discontinued at any time. So this also is very important. As an OYAGSB scholar, you must develop your own internal radar. Yeah? So if the journal exhibit sudden behavior spike, assume it is a predatory clone or about to be delisted by Scopus at any time. Okay, this is a 6 warning sign of the compromised journal. Okay, inexplicably broad scope, so like journal, medical journal, but suddenly publish paper on the computer science. Journal on medical, but then publish journal on supply chain, and accept your paper. So you, as a student or the PhD student scholar, you should know that, you know, why you submit your supply chain paper to the medical journal, because you heard that your friend is already published in medical journal and got accepted based on the supply chain article. Then you publish because you want to go for the shortcut. Any paper, accept your paper, as long as I can submit for my ATS, it's okay for me. Yeah, it's okay for that time, but the problem will you know, haunted you along the process. So lightning fast acceptance, guarantee peer review and acceptance within 48 hours to a week. So within 2 days, 4 days after they send you the acceptance letter, then they force you to pay as soon as possible. That is a red flag, the warning. Yeah, they have no review process. You submit today, after 3 to 4 days you got the letter, acceptance letter, then after that they ask you to pay. They give you account, everything, they push you. So if you want to publish by this week, please pay to this account. So why this happen? Yeah? So spike in publication volume, this is the same thing that I told you, that the scientific culture, they have a very spike. The journal suddenly increase. So aggressive solicitation, unsolicited email utilizing flattery, dear esteemed researcher. So I receive almost every day 4 or 5 journal that send to me to publish a paper. So this, you know, for the good journal, they are not begging for paper. Okay? The good journal, they are not begging for paper. If that journal send you a letter begging for paper, is something wrong with that journal. So hidden APC, fees are hidden from the public website but demanded immediately upon the acceptance. And poor web quality. When you see the quality of the web, they have a colorful web, you know, something, then all this red flag. So you can see that this is the analysis that I did for the scientific culture to show you. Okay, in 2024, only 3 issues published by scientific culture. Only 20 articles per issue. 20 articles. So, 2024, volume 4. Now, 2026, they are published 9 issues. And the article now is already 95 articles per issue. So, you can see that something wrong with this journal. So, basically, the pattern or the strategy of the journal, they know that their journal is already monitored by Scopus. So, they will discontinue at any time. So, at the end of that discontinuation process, they will try to get money as much as they can. You submit today, by 4 minutes they give you a offer letter. Yeah, they try as much as they can collect from the student. So then it's a red flag for us, because the last 1 month or 2 months we received so many journal is scientific culture. So this is a pattern from the predatory journal. Okay, then the Scholar Defense Protocol, database indexing verification. We have a database from WS and from the Scopus. Please check first. The second one is a red flag, a sick warning. If you face that sick warning, then please stay away from that journal. Hijack clone verification. Please always check again. Nowadays you can ask the AI. AI sometimes they give you a very correct, they say that, okay, when we put that Sable, is it Sable have any issue on hijack or clone? They will give you the history, the report. Please check by yourself, either using AI, you can check by manual, whatever, nowadays I think, because you are in the PhD level, how come the PhD student kena tipu kan, get scammed? So it's very sad lah if you at that level you get scammed from other people. Okay, the phase 1 database indexing verification. Never rely on journal website claiming they are indexed, always verify. Sometimes they have a fake index, so because of we now focus on Scopus and WS, they will put the logo, whatever. Then to confirm that, please check the page from the Web of Science and the master journal list, and also Scopus journal master list. And look into the discontinued list by Scopus. And institutional alignment, confirm the journal meet specific UUM recognized list requirement for the graduation. So we also refer to these 2 databases. Okay, predatory journal, red flag assessment, suspicious fast timeline under a week, so it's a red flag, don't trust. Unnatural explosion in publication volume, inexplicably broad of shifting scope. Hilang balik. So they have a problem with the okay, unprofessional solicited communication, unclear fees, and suspicious editorial board. So if you have all this, then please stay away from there. And hijack, direct Scopus link. So when you check the Scopus website, they always put the link, the original link of the journal. Then please click the link from the Scopus website. Don't Google, then you click from the Google result of the link. So please check that, the origin, and also check, and also maybe you can use AI to advise you to get track. And the verification toolkit, Scopus source discontinued list, Web of Science master journal list. So maybe the WOS master journal list, you can check that when you log into a library. Same to Scopus. When you want to check the Scopus list, please log into your library account, then you can check from the link from the library. So don't say that I cannot check that because we need to subscribe the Scopus. But from your account, library account, you can access WS list and also a Scopus list. Final clearance require verification. Your research is foundation of your academic career. Do not leave its protection to chance. A manuscript is only ready for submission once the 3-phase defense protocol is entirely complete. So check one by one. Discuss your finding with your academic supervisor. So, submission to any target journal requires the final review and approval of the safety checklist. So that is based on our compilation of issue for the predatory clone and also discontinued journal, that what we can share to you. So any question that you want to ask for this section 2, or you one of the student that published in that paper, no, that journal, no, eh? Okay, clear, eh? So now is the third section. I just want to share with you how to publish your paper, the strategy. Don't wait until last minute to publish. So we have a strategy from the beginning. I share with you based on my experience as a supervisor, and also share with you my experience as a student before. I'm also a PhD student. I know all the issue, and I know all the problem, the shortcut. You know, I know. If you tell me about that, I know the trick, and you know. So so we go through that before. Okay. So turn every research milestone into a publication. Okay. Now you prepare from the beginning, as early as you can for publication. Don't wait until you collect your main data, then everything is ready. Then you need to wait for another 1 year to get published. So you waste your time almost 1 year just to waiting for the publication process. So start your paper as soon as possible, because every milestone you can turn to the publication, piece of publication. So I show you the strategy. Okay, why publish early? Why you need to publish early? We want you to make sure that you are not trapped into the scam